Hi, I'm Howard, and welcome back to my series on sacred elements, the quiet architecture of a church that speaks without words, pointing us to something higher. Look, I love my YouTube work, and I am grateful for the more than 2,500 subscribers to this channel. But I hope this and other YouTube channels aren't your only faith practice. I started this series to encourage people to visit a church. Now, the reality is that you most likely won't find a new church, a Swedenborgian church, near you. We are relatively few. But still, I want you to find a church. You see, something sacred happens when we gather together to worship the Lord, when we shift our attention beyond ourselves to listen and reflect, agree or disagree, on a message about God, the nature of the divine, and our role in His providence. And when you do walk into a church, maybe one you've never stepped into before, pause for a moment and let your eyes take it in. The building itself is speaking. Every doorway, every space, every line of architecture carries meaning. In this series, we've already paused at the forecourt, the path that leads us in. We've stood in the narthex, the threshold that embraces and sometimes even presses us. And we've entered the nave, the great ship of souls carrying us forward together. And all of these moments, all of this symbolism is drawing our eyes and our hearts to one place, to the altar. You know, the altar at the front of the sanctuary, it's not a stage, it's not a monument, it's a meeting place. A table where heaven touches earth, where we hear the word proclaimed and we receive the Holy Supper. This is the place where the Holy Supper is prepared and offered, not as a ritual for ritual's sake, but as an intimate moment with the Lord Himself. For the one who is humble and repentant, the Holy Supper becomes a gateway to a felt nearness with the divine, a communion that nourishes not just the body, but the spirit, where simple bread and wine become living symbols of the Lord's love and wisdom, always present, always offering Himself to us. But this isn't new. This moment, this meeting, has ancient roots. In the tabernacle of Israel, behind a veil was the Holy of Holies. There the Ark of the Covenant rested, holding the tablets of the commandments, the Word of God in stone. And above the ark, between the golden cherubim, Jehovah spoke to His people. Not just a symbol, a living presence. Swedenborg writes that in every true act of worship, heaven opens, and we are brought into that same holy conversation. Not through ritual alone, but through the inner openness of the heart. So when we gather at this altar, we are not just remembering, we are returning to that deep place of meeting, to the stillness where the Lord speaks even now. And note the oil lamp. It's not just for ambiance. Swedenborg teaches that flame corresponds to divine love and light to divine wisdom. The union of fire and glow reflects the Lord Himself, love and truth in perfect harmony. So the flame isn't just fire, it's a living symbol of God's presence burning quietly in our midst. Now, look up. The window above isn't just letting in sunlight, it's preaching. Centuries ago, stained glass was called the poor man's Bible. It told the gospel in color, in symbol, in light. Today, even with a Bible in every seat, and a Bible available to everyone with a smartphone at every moment, that message still comes through the stained glass, but now it's subtler. You'll notice how the light filters through each pane, casting different hues throughout the sanctuary. This is more than beautiful. It's true to our spiritual reality. Swedenborg writes that divine truth shines differently through every soul, refracted by our experiences, our understanding, and even our willingness to receive Him. So, the next time you visit a church, note the way the light fills the space, the way light streams in different rays and different colors. It's like a personal message from heaven, written in sun and glass. This week, why don't you share a meal with conscious gratitude? Light a candle, set the table, make your kitchen a sanctuary. And when sunlight streams through your window, even just for a moment, ask yourself, how is the light coloring my perception today? What hue of truth is shining through me? This might be the end of our Sacred Elements series, but these sacred details are just the beginning for you. They are an invitation to notice more, to feel more, and to awaken to the quiet beauty that surrounds us in spaces designed for the holy. And please don't let it end here. If you're able, get out of your home on a Sunday morning. Visit the Lord's home. Commune with others. According to Swedenborg, the Lord ensures that there is always a church on earth where the Word is being read and the Lord is becoming known through it. This isn't just about stone or stained glass. It's about presence. It's about making space in your life for the divine to speak, to guide, and to gather. So go. Step into that space and let all do its work. God bless you, and thank you for joining me for this series.